So let's continue. So if we don't see log, this is exponential form, and if it wants logarithmic form, what we need to do is we need to, if we see log, we want to get rid of log, so we go to exponential form. I like to call it the log bump. The base comes over here, right? And that's why we get point, no, again, I'm not paying attention at all. Okay, so if I want to put into log form, what I need to do is I need to look at the side that the exponent's on, and I need to apply log, and whatever the base is, I need that base. So log base 10 goes on both sides. I'm doing a different way that day. Like I said, if you saw in the last video, if you use PDF toolbars, it's not as easy. Okay, so when the base and of are the same, because it becomes 1, they cancel. Okay, so you're left with -3 equals log base 10 of 0.001. So that's our answer. What I started to do was I was trying to like evaluate or something. So when I see log, this is logarithmic form, and then above, the original is exponential form. You're just converting from one form to the other. Okay, so next problem. I don't see log. I want to see log. So you look on the side that the variable is on. Whatever the base is, you say log of that base. So log base e on both sides. So log base e of e cancels. So you would have t is equal to log base e of 70. And that's logarithmic form. Now, when you see log base e, that's the same thing as natural log. So if you see log base e, that's the same thing as natural log. So if you want to replace log base e with ln or ln with log base e, go for it. I like to work with the quote-unquote word log. So now if it says convert each of these to exponential form, that means if I see log, I don't want to see log, and I just want to see it in exponential form. So I do what I like to call the log bump in order to convert to exponential form. I see log, I get rid of it, the base gets bumped to the other side, the 5 pops up. So it's 2 raised to the 5th is equal to 32. That's all. I'm just trying to rewrite it, okay? In the very first section in the first video, we were trying to evaluate. Like it said, literally, log base 2 of 8. And we were just saying, evaluate, what is that number? So that's why we were saying equals y or equals what. And we got rid of log, we converted to exponential form, and we said 8 is equal to 2 to question mark. And the question mark was our answer, right? We were just trying to evaluate. So in the first video, again, we said, oh, okay, 3. So our answer, oh, that doesn't look like a 3. Oh my goodness. So that's why log base 2 of 8, the answer would have been 3 if we were just evaluating. Oh my gosh. That's the point. Okay, but it says again exponential. So we want to see an exponential form, and we're not trying to evaluate or anything. It's an equation. So I see log, I don't want log. I like to call it the log bump. I get rid of log. I bump it to the other side, so the 8 pops up. So I have a to the 8th equals q. That's exponential form. Okay, if I see log, I want to get rid of it. So on the right, I see log, whatever the base is, we bump it. It goes to the other side, so the x would pop up. So it'd be t to the x equals m. That's exponential form. So again, when you see log, We'll use the first one. When you see log and you want to go to exponential form, you cross off the log, the base bumps to the other side, that number on the other side pops up, 2 to the 5th equals 32. That's an equation in exponential form. Above is in logarithmic form. Just like above, we didn't see log, it was in exponential form, it was an equation. So you look at the side the variable's on, you apply log base, whatever that base is. Since it was 2, we need log base 2. What you do on the right, you do to the left. So x equals log base 2 of 16. We weren't trying to evaluate, it just said write in logarithmic form. So that's how you go to log form. If you see log, get rid of it. That's how you go to exponential form. Notice that's different than above. Sorry, this is really messy. So it just said, what is log base 10 of 10,000? What is log base 9 of 3? What is log base 6 of 1? Now, I'm going to show you another way. So another way to do this, for example, I'll use number 6. Oh no, what did I do? I'll use number 6 as an example. So you can either do it this way, like we said before. You can say, you could say log base 8 of 8 equals what? It's not, it wasn't originally an equation. We just like to write it this way because it's a little bit easier to see, in our opinion. So you go from log to exponential form. So you get rid of the log, you bump it, bump to the other side, so you would have 8 equals 8 to what power? The question mark is our answer for evaluating. Log base 8 of 8 is what number? So 8 to the first power. So that's why we'd say log base 8 of 8 is equal to 1. And our answer in that case is 1. And that's why for the problems below, we said whenever your base and of are the same, you can cross off. So you get 1. Now the reason for that as well is you can use your calculator. If you go to your calculator, on the left-hand column, there's a log button and there's a natural log button. So if you look at this problem, in your calculator, you can do, I like to write it as log of the so-called quote-unquote of number. Okay, that doesn't look like a over log of the base number. I'm showing B. So in your calculator, that doesn't look like B. So in your calculator on the left hand side, you could type, there's a button that says log. You can hit log and then you hit the number at the top. So log 8 divided by log the base. And if you do that on your calculator, it will say 1. For example, on your calculator for number 1, you would do log in your calculator. I'll scroll up here. If you were trying to do number 1 in your calculator to evaluate and see what that is, you would do log. Let me see if I can use the text. Whatever. Okay, you would do log of the top value, so we'd say 10,000 divided by log of the base. And if you type that in your calculator, log of 10,000 divided by log base, your answer would say 4. Okay, so that's another way to evaluate with your calculator. So again, we went from evaluating 2 methods. One, we set equal to a variable. We're quote unquote solving for the variable to see the value. Log base 10 of 10,000 is 4. The answer would be 4. Log base 10 of 0.01, the answer is -2. This is a number, so your answer, if you write it another way, is also number -2. Log base 2 of 8, your answer is 3. If you use your calculator, in your calculator, you can do log of the of, so you'll see quote unquote the word log or the letters LOG on the left hand side. So you do log 10,000 divided by log 10 enter, and it says 4. Log 0.01 divided by log 10 enter, it says -2. Convert to log form when you have an equation. If you don't see log, you apply log. So you look on the side that the exponent's on, you whatever the base is, you apply log of that base on both sides. So log base 2 of 2, log base 2 of 16. So you cross out log base 2 of 2, and then you're left with x equals log base 2 of 16. We're not trying to evaluate, do anything like that. We're just trying to turn into log form. So I see the word log, and I see that variable. So on number 2, you look at the side that the exponent's on, whatever that base is, you apply that log base on both sides. We do log base 10, log base 10. When the base and of are the same, you can just cross them off. That's why we end up with -3 equals log base 10 of 0.01. -3 equals log base 10.001. Convert into exponential. When you see log, you don't want log, so I call it the log bump. You bump the base and get rid of log. So I see log, cross off, get rid of it. You bump the base, so you have 2 to the 5th is equal to 32. We're not like doing anything else. We're just trying to convert to exponential form. From one form, so from log to exponential, and then you should be able to go from exponential to log, like we were doing here. Exponential to log form to exponential. We also said that when you see log base e, that's ln. You also have the ln or the natural log button on your calculator. I like to always turn into log base e. Just for some reason, I like to do that. Okay, so you could either hit in your calculator and then the natural log button of this number, enter, and it would say 3.378. In your calculator, you could hit ln of this number, enter, you get -10.64, ln -5, enter, ln e, enter, ln 1. So you might say, where's that e button? On my calculator, I have an 84 plus. It's on the right hand column above the division in blue. So that's why to type in the e, to type that e button in my calculator. Okay, whatever. To type the e, you would have to hit second. And then I would hit the division button, because above it you see this letter E. Okay, it turns big block, and that's how you do that. Okay, that's all we're doing for today. So on your homework, you are going to practice evaluating. You can use your calculator, and we are going to practice going from log form to exponential, and then we'll do graphs of logarithmics next time, and then we'll have a quiz.